episode of Anything But ASIC. And today we're gonna wait. What's that? Black Hat? What are those? DEF CON? No way. Today we're gonna talk about crypto hacking. DEF rise this year while scams, darknet markets retreat, chain analysis. That is not in order in any way, but the article is still relevant no matter what. Basically, we're going to talk about how more state sponsor actors are hacking and using coin joins versus just hackers that act alone. So basically, it's institutionalized hacking, which once again, being at Black Hat this year, I've seen those institutional hackers, and yes, they are doing a lot of hacking, especially in the crypto sphere. But we'll talk about that another time, as I'm still working on the script for that. But let's scroll down, see what this says. Some forms of cryptocurrency-based crime include hacking and theft of funds, have so far increased in occurrence this year, but others related to scams and darknet markets have declined more than the market overall, according to a recent report by blockchain analysis company Chain Analysis. In this mid-year crypto crime update, the firm notes that 2022 has been a tumultuous year for the crypto industry, and for this reason, crypto transaction volumes for both illicit and illegal entities are trailing behind 2021 through July. Overall, criminal activity appears to be more resilient in the face of price declines. Illicit volumes are down just 51% year over year, compared to 36% for legitimate volumes. However, the aggregate data doesn't tell the whole story, according to the report. Once we dig into specific forms of crypto-based crime, we observe that some have actually increased this year. No area of cryptocurrency-based crime is bucking the 2022 trend of declining revenue like stolen funds, Chain Analysis says. Through July 2022, it said USD 1.9 billion, 1.9 BN worth, I'm assuming that's billion, of crypto has been stolen in hacks of services compared to just under USD 1.2 billion at the same point in 2021. This trend doesn't appear to set to reverse anytime soon. The report added with a USD 990 million hack of cross-chain bridge Nomad and USD $5 million hack of Solana, while it's occurring in the first week of August alone. The company experts argue that much of this can be attributed to the astonishing rise in funds stolen from decentralized finance protocols, and a trend that began last year. Cumulative monthly cryptocurrency value received by illicit entities by year. It's a good chart here. Is that by year? It's by month. It's just for the year. Oh, okay. I see. So, okay, so you haven't finished the year there. Yeah. It's a lot of money there. At the same time, other crypto-based criminal activities have climbed more than the market overall, the report said. It's noteworthy that the darknet market revenue is also significantly lower in 2022, as it is currently 43% below the level where it was roughly July 2021, Chain Analysis said. And that's the end of the article. And based on that, basically what's going on I guess it was a big nothing burger. Basically, there's just less money in the system to take away through just hype and scams and whatnot. So people are just moving on. Our protocols are figuring out how to secure themselves better, which is a good thing. And there you have it. And on other news, why the U.S. Fed will require banks to report crypto-related activity. The U.S. Federal Reserve issued a letter on banking institutions participating in crypto-related activity and potentially adopting digital assets. The financial institution claimed that the nascent asset class poses a risk to the current financial system and to consumers investing capital in the sector. In the same sense, the Fed wants U.S. banks and financial institutions under their supervision to notify them of activities, or if they are looking to engage in crypto-related activities. The financial institution claims, as many other legislative regulators and high-ranking government officials in the U.S. government, that digital assets have a number of potential vulnerabilities. The Fed claims that the underlying technology powering crypto is nascent and evolving, and could pose a novel risk in matters related to cybersecurity. In addition, the financial institutions argue that cryptocurrencies are a tool that allegedly facilitates money laundering and illicit financing. On the latter, the Fed failed to provide metrics that support their claims. Failed. Other high-ranking U.S. government officials and the U.S. Department of Treasury recently acknowledged that most of the activity with digital assets is illicit. Despite these statements, the U.S. government has continued to target a nascent asset class. The main reasons are related to consumer protection and legal compliance, including price volatility, fraud, and loss of assets. For banking institutions engaging in crypto-related activities, the risk could be greater as they could face legal and consumer compliance risks from regulatory uncertainty regarding some crypto assets and potential lawsuits from the loss of capital. The sector has seen many of the latter in recent months as main cryptocurrencies trend to the downside. However, the same risk could be attributed to many other companies or entities operating in the legal financial system. The Fed main concerns seem related to potential of digital assets to disrupt the system if adopted in large scale. That's about sums it up. They don't want anybody else to have a foothold in the good boys club, basically. And they're gonna disguise it under the guise as they disguise everything else. They're protecting their citizens. But that's the end of the article for that. I think you get one more. Why Colombia would create a central bank digital currency to reduce tax evasion. Same as last article. They don't want anybody escaping unless they say so. They don't want anybody to play their games, basically, on them. The Colombian government contemplates deploying a central bank digital currency to mitigate tax evasion. The country recently went through a change of government, and the new Gustavo Petro-led administration is apparently seeking to amend the alleged mistake of his predecessor. In an interview with a local newspaper, Colombian Minister of Finance and Public Credits Luis Carlos Rios talked about the potential for a CBDC to change the way the money flows in Colombia. According to the government official, the country loses around 6 to 8% of its total gross domestic product due to tax evasion. A CBDC is a currency issued by the country's central bank, but only as a digital currency with the potential to add additional features such as smart contracts contract capabilities, and controversial features to limit the places where an individual could spend their money. Using a feature from blockchain technology, transactions with a CBDC could be completely transparent, allowing state and financial entities to have an uncensored view into the individual's spending when somebody sends their money and where. This could help Colombia mitigate its issue with tax evasion. According to Carlos Rios, there's a lot of cash settled transactions in the country where parties avoid paying basic taxes. The minister told the local newspaper the following on the potential for CBDCs to help the government keep track of the financial transactions. In addition to the fiscal deficit, Colombia faces a large total deficit in terms of GDP. The Latin American country currently has a growing debt that represents over 60% of its GDP. This is why the Petro administration is trying to come up with an aggressive strategy to reduce its spending and increase its revenue stream. Colombia embraces crypto technology with CBDC and other reforms. In addition to mitigating tax evasion, Colombia will seek to punish tax evaders. The government officials said the government will introduce reforms that could include jail times for these offenders. The CBDC seems like a useful tool to achieve that goal. As a Bitcoinist reported, during his campaign, the newly elected Colombian presented his hinted at a pro-Bitcoin and crypto space. Petro celebrated El Salvador's Bitcoin law and promised to replace cocaine production with Bitcoin mining. At the time of writing, the price of Bitcoin stands at $2,300 with a 1.4% loss in the last 24 hours. And the author of this is Rolando Marquez. Well, he pretty much said everything we thought. They're going to turn Bitcoin, which is already transparent, into a centralized currency. I mean, it's basically going to create, the government's going to create their own Bitcoin, have one server, and basically force everybody into tax slavery, which probably didn't exist in that country not too long ago. But hey, people gotta rule. People gotta be paid to rule somehow. So what do you guys think? I didn't even talk about the hackers. Let me go back. What do you guys think? Is it over? Are we done hacking Bitcoin? Can we just let it do its thing? Or is there still money to be made? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys later.